Gentlemen, when it comes to hair products, there are so many options these days, it's difficult to know how to use them. There are creams, putties, clays, pastes, tons and tons of this fancy terminology. And whether you like my hairstyle or not, I always end up getting the hairstyle that I want to get using a variety of these different products. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you the best techniques to apply your hair products, whether that's the creams, the pastes, whatever, so that you guys can get the hairstyle that you want consistently, whether that's something similar to mine or not. Now, there are certain types of products that react differently to your hair, and you will need to apply it in different ways, including gels and pomades. But from what I found after years and years of using literally hundreds of products, you can use a lot of them in a very similar way. So that includes virtually any product that calls itself a paste, putty, cream, wax. They all react in a similar way when using this technique. And the reason I'm doing this video is because tons of guys are using these products in the wrong ways and expecting miracle results. So hopefully, after watching this video, you'll be able to get the maximum amount of effectiveness out of the product that you've chosen. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you're starting with wet hair. So get yourself in the shower, give your hair a thorough soaking, and you can choose whether you want to use shampoo and conditioner. I find that the results don't vary too much. And the reason we're doing this is to clean out any product that you may have used in the previous day or dirt from your hair that could affect the results. Now, this is the stage where most guys will probably reach for their product and start trying to use it. Whoa, wait for a minute, bro. There's one thing that you're missing. You need to do some pre-styling. And this is the stage that most guys either don't know about or ignore. But the pre-styling process, before you go and dry your hair properly, before you go and add this extra product, is something that you need to do if you want to get volume in your hair. Now, you can get some products that come in tins similar to your original product that claim to act as a pre-styler as well, but for me, I found that mousses are far more effective at doing this. And have a look for the mousses that claim to be volumizing. This one by Schwarzkopf, the Super Soft Volume Mousse, is the best that I've tried. It's the one I always end up falling back to. So make sure you shake the can and spray a little bit into the palm of your hand, and then apply to your hair while your hair is still wet. And the best way to do this is to comb your hair into the general shape that you want, and then push the mousse over the top and then rub it in that same direction. But of course, if we've got this all on our hair and then it starts to dry, it's going to dry in a flat position, surely. And that's where this little thing comes in, a hairdryer. And you may be like, oh, this is something that my girlfriend or wife usually uses. Why would I want to use one of these things? Well, when you use this to dry your hair, it blasts between your hair follicles, gives you much more automatic volume. And you'll find that this heat coming from the hairdryer also activates the mousse that you're using. Your hair pretty much pops up right into position, and this makes the job for your chosen hair product a hell of a lot easier. And finally, we reach the stage that all of you have been waiting for. We get to actually use the product that this video is about. Get a small amount of the product and rub it between your palms. The reason that we're doing this is because a lot of these products tend to be heat activated again, pretty similar to the mousses. And also by rubbing it evenly between your hands, you're creating a much more even spread, which can then be applied much more equally to all areas of your hair. But don't use too much of this stuff because it's going to end up weighing your hair down. When applying your product, you've got to make sure that you get your product right down into the roots of the hair to make sure that the hair can stand in the direction that you want it to go. Because if you just spread it over the surface, it's only going to weigh your hair down more. You can choose to load it up from the back or from the front, so you've got to try it out yourself and find which one you prefer. Remember, if you use a smaller amount to start with, you can always add extra later if you need to. Now, you can just leave it there if you want to. Your hair is in position, and if your product has got a good hold, then it might last you all day. But in the majority of cases, if you've got quite fine hair like myself, a simple product is not going to do enough to hold your hair in place all day long. So to avoid the fiddling and restyling, you're going to want to try some hairspray. And again, some of you are probably like, oh my gosh, that's something a woman uses. I don't want to be feminine. But there are options available now that are made specifically for men and men's hair. One of these being the Schwarzkopf Got To Be, the phenomenal finishing hairspray. And this stuff pretty much fortifies your hair in place without it feeling crispy and horrible. And that's what you want at the end of the day. You don't want your hair to look like it's coated and covered in products. So there you go, chaps. That's how you can use any of these styles of products to your advantage. But you've got to remember that something like a wax will never react to the same as something like a clay or a putty will. So it's up to you to go out there and either try these products for yourself, or I actually have done several videos already testing out different cheap products to make sure that you guys don't have to go out and spend tons and tons trying every single product on the market. In the comment section of this video, I want to hear, what are your favourite hair products? What can I review next on the channel that you'd recommend. I'm also leaving a little vote up in the corner as well. If you press the little I button, you'll see there's a vote for which is your favourite hairstyling brand. I'm going to give you a few options there. I want to see which one is the most popular.